While mermaid stories may be found worldwide in mythology, mermaids are considered the most beautiful ocean creatures. Although they are frequently considered kind and moral, this is only sometimes the case, because there is a myth about a similarly hostile mermaid in Nevada's Pyramid Lake. The Paiute tribe has lived in this region around this lake for ages. This lake was once home to a mermaid who, according to folklore, was exceedingly well-mannered and frequently interacted with tribal members. A tribe member eventually made friends with the mermaid, and their friendship developed into love over time. Now that they met every day, they quickly resolved to be married, but it was utterly impossible. Because they could only accept humans into their community, the tribal members opposed this love affair. The mermaid should return to the water and stop communicating with any tribal members, the chief of the tribe decided. This choice caused the great mermaid sorrow, and as her sadness eventually gave way to wrath, she began to drown the tribe members one by one in the lake. The fishermen's lives would have been forfeited if she had submerged them. It is thought that there are still yearly accounts of hundreds of people going missing in the lake and never coming back. According to one myth, spread mainly by early European settlers, the Paiute had the troubling custom of drowning undesired or malformed children. These abandoned, killed infants roamed the water. It was purportedly done to cull out the weak and maintain the tribe's robustness. It is a horrifying tale, to be sure, but it was probably exaggerated to make the Native Americans appear barbaric. The water babies, according to the Paiute, are the offspring of a giant serpent that one day appeared to feast on the baby of a mother who washed clothing. The demonic serpent then assumed the infant's appearance and consumed the mother. It could only end this when it bargained with the local shaman, in which it would be given permission to prowl the lake in exchange for allowing the mother to survive. No matter which version of the legend one accepts, or even whether one believes any of it, there is undoubtedly an unsettling occurrence that is frequently reported from the lake and seems to support the existence of water babies in ghostly form. Even now, persons who have never heard of the old stories of water babies often claim to have heard the disembodied sounds of babies wailing or the laughing of youngsters drifting from across the quiet lake. These reports come from both tourists and residents. It's definitely eerie, but it's much creepier when you think that hearing these sounds is thought to be unlucky. According to a local proverb, if you hear them, you'll have bad luck, and if you see them, you'll die. According to reports, the phenomenon is most noticeable in the spring, when there is an increase in these complaints. Strangely, the lake has the most extraordinary fishing-related incidents in the spring, when anglers swarm here to catch the enormous Lahontan cutthroat trout. There are more ominous accounts of drownings and disappearances, bizarre boating mishaps, lost equipment, and technical difficulties. According to locals, at least one fisherman goes missing on Pyramid Lake each spring. Some blame it on the fabled water babies, who are said to prowl the depths, while others blame a confluence of unfavorable weather, a sudden drop in water depth to 350 feet near the beach, and the effects of excessive alcohol consumption. Strangely, most of the inexplicable drownings of swimmers and scuba divers in the lake occur in the spring, and some of the remains are never recovered. Scu Ingiuning 3, the unusual occurrences of drowning victims' bodies from Pyramid Lake floating in nearby Lake Tahoe and vice versa, are maybe even stranger than the disappearances. How is this possible? According to one theory, the bodies floated there. The assumption is that the bodies from Lake Tahoe somehow flowed over the spillway and were swept down the river to Pyramid Lake, since Pyramid Lake is fed by the Truckee River, mainly the outflow from Lake Tahoe. However, this does not explain how a body could go in the opposite direction. Another idea holds that Pyramid Lake and Lake Tahoe are linked by a network of enigmatic underground rivers and tunnels, which the bodies may have used to migrate from one location to another. Nobody truly knows right now, which adds a spooky new dimension to this place's riddles. Pyramid Lake is still a beautiful location full of mystery and beauty, blending pristine natural beauty with ominous riddles that we may never fully comprehend. That undoubtedly alters how one perceives the lake currently displayed on your iPad. Remember that permits are needed to camp, boat, or fish at the lake because it is located on the Pyramid Lake Indian Reservation if you wish to see this excellent and eerie sight. It is also wise to keep in mind to exercise caution when near the water in this area, to pay attention to the sound of newborns crying, and to visit outside of the spring. This was all for today. I hope you liked the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay safe, and we will be right back soon with another video. For more information, subscribe and watch other videos from our channel.